What is up, everybody, and welcome back to more of my best of 2016 series. If you guys haven't seen any of the videos before, basically what this is all about is I'm showing you some of the best releases from the year of 2016 for Fallout 4. I have a few different videos on the subject. So far we have done just the flat out 10 best mods to come out for the year, but then I also do have individualized videos on weapons and power armor, and now of course today we are covering armor. A quick disclaimer, I'm actually not going to be including kind of like slooty female armors in this. I might make a standalone video for that in the future, but I just totally excluded any of those from potentially being in this video. I just wanted to do kind of proper armor that you would wear in Fallout 4 for protection, or just because it looks pretty cool. If you guys do enjoy the series, I really encourage you to consider subscribing or leave a like down below. It's also important to remember that this is going to be in no particular order. These are just 5 mods that I think were absolutely amazing, but again, not in any particular order as to how I'm ranking them. With all that being said, let's just jump straight into it. So up first, we do have the Merc Pack. This armor mod is on a tier of its own, simply by the quality of the content added in, as well as the quantity of the content added in. This is going to add in a ton of new armors, all these by Lord of War. If you don't know, Lord of War had some controversy with the release of Xbox One mods. A lot of people were stealing a lot of the armors he did spend a lot of hours making and porting them over to Bethesda.net. Now, the real controversy here was Bethesda was not removing these armors in a timely fashion. Weeks went by, they were still up, despite him reporting them, so he did pull all of his mods, and unless you had them downloaded, some of the greatest armor mods for Fallout 4 at that point were gone. So then when he did return to modding much later on, the release of the Merc Pack brought two major things. First and foremost, a lot of his old armors were returned to Fallout 4. These were and still are some of the highest quality armor mods we do have for Fallout 4 right now, and honestly, if they were all made into individualized mods, they probably would be on this list as well. But he also added in a ton of new armors, a new Rebel variant, a new Mercenary armor that's kind of a proper plate armor, and all around this adds in like 7 or 8 different armors and a ton of different accessories, so you can really configure a bunch of these armors to kind of be even 8, 9, 10, 11 different armors. Again, this is the most feature rich and high quality armor mod out there right now. Every single armor in this pack does have a lot of attention to detail and just a lot of time dumped into it. It's one of the few mods that'll actually implement armors into your level list, so after installing this mod, a lot of the different raiders and gunners will now start spawning with some of these different attachments on their armors, and it really is simply just the most quality heavy and content heavy armor mod available right now, and everyone should have it in their game. Next up, we have the NCR Ranger Veteran Armor by DOGTOOTHCG and UNOCTIUM. Dogtooth and UNOCTIUM have made some of the highest quality armor and power armor mods for Fallout 4, and the NCR Ranger Armor is really what started it all. This is actually a pretty expansive mod in its own right. It's going to add in, first and foremost, the iconic NCR Ranger Veteran Armor from Fallout New Vegas. This was the armor on the cover of the game. A lot of people loved this armor, used it very regularly in multiple of their playthroughs, so when it made its appearance into Fallout 4, it was one of the most downloaded mods at the beginning. This actually came out very early on in January of 2016, only 2 or 3 months after Fallout 4's release. Well, now a year later, we've gotten a number of updates for this armor in the process. They actually added in a number of other variants to this armor, kind of being the Riot armor that has a whole little story about how you go and get it in this bank vault. And at first, when I downloaded that update, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But then when I actually use the armor, I actually think I prefer it to the regular old NCR Ranger armor. The new updated armor does look absolutely amazing. It also adds in a new Ranger Sequoia weapon that you could use with the armor, and it is all just very fitting. On top of that, adding in the anti-material rifle to also use with the armor. Again, this mod also has a ton of content behind it, adding in 2 new weapons and 2 new sets of armor, and really just there is a ton of detail put into every aspect of this. Between the Riot armor and a number of its different variants, to the Ranger armor and a number of the different options you do have with the helmet and the glowing headlights, this armor has so many different things going for it, from the content side, from the nostalgia side, and of course from the quality side. So next up is one that maybe won't be as unanimously agreed upon. That is going to be Batman Beyond, or the Batman Beyond armor, or really armors. So it's going to add in 3 brand new armors into your game, that being the Batman armor, the Batgirl armor, and then the Arkham Knight armor. These are actually going to be ripped from one of the Arkham games in the past. They are on Bethesda.net only because they'll probably get banned off of Nexus, although Bethesda doesn't seem to mind all that much considering they've been up for quite a while now. Regardless, I actually personally really love Batman, so again, maybe I am a little biased based on this one, but I just think these armors look amazingly high quality. Each of these just looks so sharp, especially when you get close to the armors and actually check out some of the finer details. They do look extremely cool, and I especially like how the Batman and the Batgirl armor each have their own kind of personality and all that. I totally could see you using like the Batman armor on your primary character and then the Batgirl armor on one of your companions, and then even the Arkham Knight armor, which has a very kind of futuristic tactical feel, maybe on another companion or even you yourself. Regardless, all three of these armors I think could fit well into Fallout 4. The Batgirl armor definitely has the most kind of casual feel to it, while the Arkham Knight as well as the Batman armor itself do have a very futuristic kind of military feel to them, which again, if you are using the correct mods and kind of kitting your character out the same way, you definitely could make these viable and really fit well into the game. All around, this mod again may be a little bit controversial. Personally, I really like it. I think a lot of these armors are extremely high quality and honestly just really fun to look at. So next up, we have an armor mod that I didn't personally end up using a lot in my Fallout 4 playthrough, but one that is very expansive, has a lot of different options, and is really just a very unique armor mod. So that's going to be pre-war Cybernetics. Basically, what this mod is going to allow you to do is create an exo frame for your character. That being kind of a body suit or almost like robotic suit that goes on the outside of your character. Kind of think of it between a middle ground of power armor and regular armor. This armor is going to allow you to do a number of different things. Some of the options are going to provide protection, other ones are going to allow you to run and jump faster, and even some will increase your carrying capacity. This is a very expansive mod. There's a ton of different options for this, a ton of different add-ons for it as well, so you could really kind of make it into a proper armor set so it actually covers your character. Again, it's a great framework mod to add on all these different additions. There are a bunch of different things in the cross kind of category of mods, and again, these are some really high quality mods. NERO has been working on these for quite a while. They receive constant updates, and it really is totally unique to all the other armors. It really is a great option if you don't want to use power armor, but you kind of like the whole robotic and enhancement feel. And on top of that, it really just creates itself as a great palette. You could customize this armor to really be whatever you want it to be. There are a ton of different options, a ton of different color options, and it really just is a very expansive and awesome armor mod. So last but certainly not least, we have the B35C Heavy Brotherhood of Steel armor. This is probably going to be my favorite just standalone armor mod because it really does embody what armor mods were like in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. It's a category that I feel like was really left untouched in Fallout 4, and I think this mod is a great end-all for solving that problem. The armor itself has a lot of customizability options. When you install it, you're actually going to be able to change the colors, some of the different decals on it. You can put on different logos, including the Enclave, the Brotherhood of Steel, NCR, Minutemen. There really are a ton of options here, which is really nice to see, so you could truly represent whatever faction you did align with. On top of that, one feature I really love about this armor mod, and one that is really again untouched by armor mods, as I did say before, after installing this, a lot of the Brotherhood of Steel knights will actually wear this armor. It is meant to again be a heavy armor. It does provide a lot of defenses and protection, and honestly it does work that way. Again, I think the armor itself looks very cool, as well as heavy armors just are lacking from Fallout 4, and I think this is the best option you have for that type of armor. So if you do like those kinds of armors, or if you just want to see the Brotherhood of Steel wearing those armors, I think this mod is undoubtedly worth the download. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below. Did I miss something? Would you have added something else to this list? A few honorable mentions would definitely be Fading Signals K9 Tactical Vest. I really think that is an awesome mod, as well as some of the visor mods that add in flashlights to the game. I think those are really cool. There are a number of different options there. Regardless, if you guys did watch to this point in the video, let me know by commenting Oscars down below. As always, thank you guys for watching again. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.